Welcome back to another episode of Ask a Window and Door Specialist with Henry Wiens at Access Window and Door Design Center. Stay tuned to learn from someone who's been in the industry for 20 plus years and has made it his mission to produce one of the best performing windows and doors in the market. I'm somewhat handy and I know my way around building materials and I can put something together. I've never really worked with windows and doors, haven't installed them. How easy is it to take your product and install it myself?
It is a very easy installation. It is very different, but it's very easy to install. However, a window, you can buy the best window on the market, it will only be as good as it's installed. And there's a lot more to a window install than most people understand. You want to brace it properly. At the same time, you want it to allow to move in the opening. Because if your structure moves, your building moves, you want it allow it to move, but you don't want the window to move. And so we developed our own installation method. And over the years, we created an installation manual that is, I think, close to 70 pages long now. So you could definitely do it yourself. However, I would highly encourage you to use a professional. First of all, it will be done a lot faster. It will be done a lot more professional. And you have the service that within the first 12 months of your home ownership, we will come out, do a free adjustment at no charge.
Say I bought a house that has tilt and turn doors and windows in it. What are some signs of a poor installation?
The first sign is when you operate the windows and doors and you feel they're sticky. They kind of stick somewhere. That is the first sign, that most obvious sign. Then when you walk around and you discover that your siding, stucco, stone is tied up against the window, so somebody didn't know what they were doing. That is the second thing to look for. That actually you should look for before you buy the house, because that can cause potential problems down the road. But other than that, if the windows operate smooth and there's a nice gap between the exterior cladding and the window frame, and that gap is filled with a nice exterior window and door caulking, you should be fine.
You mentioned the best window and door is only as good as it's been installed. Say I made a mistake and I hired somebody who wasn't familiar with your product. What kind of damage are we looking at?
One reason could be using the wrong installation methods. So that is fastening the window through the nailing fin. That's why we call it the sealing flange. We don't call it the nailing flange. We call it the sealing flange. Then the other could be a brick mold, which is probably the worst of any installation methods, because a brick mold is an attached product to the window frame, and that is used to hold the window in place. But now when you talk about expansion contraction, and one of them is restricted to expand and contract, it could cause huge problems by leakage in between the two frames. And we have seen extensive damage on homes where we were called to do replacement windows. And by taking out the old windows, like even after a short period of time, there has been a lot of water activity already in the wall between the brick mold and the windows. So that is, I would call, a very poor installation method.
Okay. And do your windows and doors, are they engineered in a way where we can put in replacement windows and doors without the brick mold? Or are you able to install brick molds in a way where that difference in expansion and contraction isn't going to create leakage?
Correct. So when we do a replacement job, if you would come to your house, take the old window out, put a new window in, we would do it in such a way that the window is like a new construction install. And the trim on the outside is strictly decorational. Like, you don't have to rely on it for performance.